All right, Mississippi Rob in the house.
What's up, Tim?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad at all.
Good. You do any bets? Any betting lately? You got any bets pending?
No, nothing as of yet. Just wait until I get out there so I can maybe follow you on a few soccer bets. And I'm really excited about getting to watch some golf out there. So that worked out really well, timing it with the U.S. Open for the trip.
Yes.
So
very good. I have money on the Nets to beat the Bucks in this series. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, I'm about to say I saw. Yeah, and it was pretty easy, huh? I haven't been keeping too close on the playoffs, but I think I saw a couple blowout scores, at least one.
Yes. They're about tied in game 3. I feel like this bet's gonna come home. Tim Kennedy's in the house. Tim Kennedy, hello. I promise soccer talk will be in a minimum today. Although there is a little bit of soccer talk since we'll be there during the Euro Cup. So but we'll keep it at a minimum, I promise. Okay, let's just get to it. In 10 days. In 10 days. I can't believe I'm about to say this. In 10 days, Rob, I am going to go to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hey, and I've got 8 left. Let's see. I've been back I flew back in on Friday or Saturday? Friday. So I've been back for 6 days, and I've got 8 days till I'm back. That's a first and a last for me. That'll never happen again. Not that I wouldn't want it to happen again, but it will never happen again. Not till I'm retired, maybe.
I think I misspoke on a few episodes ago where I said I thought that G2E was the last time I'd been in Vegas. I think it was actually the summit, which would have happened December of 2019, I believe. That would have been the last time I was in Vegas. So assuming that that's correct, and I believe that was in December. It's been 18 months.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been, before I went last week, it had been I guess it was Memorial Day of 2019, the last I went. That was the first Vegas vacation I'd been to. And so it's been right at 2 years for me.
Oh, goodness. This is going to be fun. Talking about it's going to be fun. Going's going to be fun. Look at Carl Schlegel checking in from Maryland Live Poker Room. How about that?
Man, I need to invest in seat 6, table 34, the Maryland Live Poker Room. I think Carl's only infinitely better than I'll ever be at poker.
Yeah, no kidding. Carl, can we stake you? Can we buy some of your stake? Jeff Ellen, he's about to go in 24 hours. I think we're gonna miss. Jeff, are you gonna be there when we get there? Or are we gonna miss each other? I can't remember. I know there's some people going ahead of time that we're gonna end up missing. But
hey, anybody who can survive in Vegas for 8 or 9 days. That's impressive. I went for 6 nights for my 30th birthday, and dude, I mean, I was way out of money. I was way out of everything. I was just wore down. It was tough. I think about 3 or 4 is the best I can do.
I remember. Okay, yeah. So Jeff is going to be there till Sunday, so he'll be there when I get into town. Very good. You were just there. You were just in Vegas. Briefly, give us a little, little summary, little cap of your trip.
Yeah, so it was an unexpected trip. Me and my wife were we had some volunteers with the grandparents to watch the kids for a bit, and we were planning to go to Denver, but a cold front was coming through, and so I was like, well, I know a pretty warm place this time of year that we could, I could probably get us a pretty good deal.
Of course you do.
I mean, we may have to leave some extra money there on the tables or something else, but I may know a place, and so I couldn't believe she actually said yes, and so we went, and she does enjoy it there. She's just not a gambler, and so I told her, I said, well, I'll go. And I said, there's so many things that I love to do there. And I said, I would actually enjoy going and not worrying about gambling because I know I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks, and so it worked out perfect. And so hopefully, I can maybe make it a regular thing with her, maybe once a year or something like that to go. But we had a great time. We stayed at Delano, enjoyed the pool there at Mandalay for most of the trip. We stayed our last night at Caesars. That was the first time we'd ever stayed there and loved it. We stayed in that Octavius Tower, which is on the other end, but again, didn't matter because we weren't gambling much. And then we got to go spend 1 day down at Circa, which it was perfection. And now I feel like I've got I basically had a dry run for now. I know when we go, in a week, that I know exactly where I want to be, when I want to be. There will be zero wasted time.
Good.
None. I may not even sleep. I don't know yet. I'm undecided on that.
Well, I mean, now that you were like part of the forward team that did all the intel that we need to, I'm going to lean on you a little bit to make sure we do Circa right.
Yeah. It's just like all the trips I go on with my wife, whatever else. I just put everything out there. I don't care what anybody else wants to do. We could do things together, do things separate, but hey, we've got a million options on the table.
So you are getting there ahead of me. So when do you get into Vegas?
Yeah, so I actually get in late on the Friday night before. I think my flight lands at like 8 or 9, something like that. So I'm getting there late that night and staying at Bally's just for one night because I had a good offer, and then on Saturday I'm headed downtown to Circa.
Okay, what are your Saturday plans?
Let's see. On Saturday, I'm going to be a little flexible in the morning because I saw Euro Cup starts early. So I've got, as a part of my planning and my spreadsheets that my wife loves so much, I put it all out there. I don't stick to it always, but I give myself a baseline. And so I've got all the sporting events. You got the U.S. Opens on starting around noon or so. It's based in California this year. And so it's on the West Coast time zone. So I think it's going to be starting at like 11 or 12 and going through the evening. And then Euro Cup's early morning. I think there's like 3 games that day. So I may try and catch some of that. I've got a spa visit. That's one of my things that I typically always do when I go to Vegas, just because I don't ever do it here. And my kids have worn me down.
What do you do?
Yeah. Okay. I always find somewhere. I'm not going to go and spend like, $300 on a spa and all that kind of crazy fancy stuff, but I'll find one for a reasonable deal and go get a massage. Pretty much, that's one thing me and my wife do pretty much every vacation. I don't know who got the other hooked on it, whatever, but that's just something we do every time we go. So I got that Saturday morning, and then I'll start. After that, I think is when I start easing my way downtown. So
I get at least one massage every month. It is a bit of luxury that I award myself every month for a number of reasons. But I don't know if I'll have time. As I was looking through the agenda, I was like, man, this is kind of a tight schedule. Like, I don't know if I have a lot of time for like something luxurious like that, or 3-4 hours where I can like step away. Because I was thinking, I was contemplating Cabana at Bellagio. I was contemplating a spa visit or something. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to Oh, look at this. You can get a deal on a massage at Spring Mountain Road. I don't know if is that a joke. I don't know if that's a joke. That may be a joke. I don't know.
I don't know. We can always Google it and find out, but maybe you Google it. I don't want that on my history just in case.
I'm gonna guess that that's a joke from Bogan. Getting hyped on for 360. Yeah, me too. Because not only is it Vegas, but these Vegas vacations, just the organization, seeing everybody, it's just it's a ton of fun. So Sunday you'll be at Circa. I get in midday, flying out of DC, landing in LA at LAS. I am renting a car. For a couple of reasons, primarily to help with the logistics on Monday, but also to give myself some mobility throughout the week. You're going to be at Circa when I get there, and pretty much depending on when my room is ready. If it was anything like Bellagio, or not Bellagio. If it's anything like Beau Rivage and Biloxi, I might be able to get my room early enough to just check right in. It's Vegas, that might not happen, especially just after a long weekend. So I'm anticipating getting my car and going straight downtown to meet you, and either change in my either changing your room or changing the car, like switching to some board shorts, whatever, and then hit stadium.
Whatever you got to do. Hey, it won't be long. I'll be all depending on how early I get up that morning. I may be well on the road to having a good time at the pool by that point, because there could be some coffee and video poker and who knows what else that morning. Well, a little bit of coffee to ease in the day, but after that, it's going to be go time, getting ready for all the soccer matches and golf.
Yep. U.S. Open going on. Group stage for Euro Cup 2020 will be going on. So plenty. And then I think, of course, there'll be baseball, basketball playoffs, NBA playoffs will still be going on.
I think there might be an NBA game that afternoon too.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up that much, but I a week or so ago I Googled it just to see what the playoff schedule was. But I think there might be one that afternoon.
Cool. Jeff Ellen saying he'll be at Circa around that time as well. So yeah, I mean that's where you're gonna find me and Mississippi Rob. We're gonna be at Stadium Swim, hanging out, sweating, literally sweating, and also sweating our sports plays for the day.
Yeah. I'll either be in the pool with a massive Adam Bauer travel fanboy style hat, or I'll be covered up in towels trying to hide from the sun. Because that's one warning about that pool. It was built for us. It was not meant for like women who like to enjoy hiding in the shade and all that kind of stuff. My wife, she asked me like 3 different times, "Where is the shade at?" I'm like, "You can't have shade when you have this massive screen up there. Like you can't get in anybody's view. It's just like a football stadium. You can't bring on umbrellas or anything else. All that matters. You just got to sit out there in that 110-degree heat and burn. But got to do what you got to do."
Tim Kenny said the forecast is going to be about 108 on the 20th. So
that sounds perfect.
I'm going to have to pour a bunch of sunblock into a tub and then just bathe in it for a day. Like I have to marinate myself in.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, just covering up with with 2 or 3 towels like it's a blanket is not a bad idea. You're going to sweat no matter what. So, but at least that way you're assured that if you're not in the water, I'd suggest that because I had to hide as much as I could. We stayed out there for about 3 or 4 hours that afternoon we were there, and it was toasty. I think it was about 105 or 108, something like that, and it was serious.
Yeah. Okay. On the 20th, this is when Vegas Vacation 10 starts. 5 p.m. There's a Patreon pregame. I won't be there. And then there's at 6 p.m. There's a meet and greet at Vegas Vicky. 360 Mark mentioned on the last podcast that that location is subject to change based on size of crowd and how busy it is when it's there. So I'll be there. I think you intend on being there as well.
Yep, I'll be there.
Wherever it is, that's where I'll be. Sunday night's pretty much a lock on me being at all these spots. Group gaming at Circa / Golden Gate. And then there's karaoke at 9 p.m. at Cat's Meow in Neonopolis. This is where I will probably have an Irish goodbye. I will probably go see a couple people sing, but we have an early morning on Monday, and I may, depending on how hot the craps tables are at Golden Gate and Circa, by the time karaoke comes around, I might not even actually make it to karaoke, because group gaming starts at 7, karaoke's at 9. 2 hours. Unless the tables are super cold, I may still be gambling by then.
Yeah, that's one where my spreadsheet can't factor that in. We're just gonna have to see how the night goes because I might be. I do know one thing: I won't be getting much sleep that night. That's for sure. But I do not know whether I'll be where I'll be eating dinner or hanging out with them. It probably depends on how many drinks we've had and how much money's still in my wallet. So.
What else is on your spreadsheet for Sunday?
Sunday it's pretty much open. I that's the one day where I did not put much of anything. I'm going to plan on having some coffee, maybe a little brunch or something before you get there, just to make sure I've got some food in my stomach. And then other than that, it's pool and then see everybody that night. And wherever it goes, it goes. I am going to try. I know we were talking about this a little bit before, but I think I'm going to try and do a little bit of like my, balancing my play between places and stuff. I think I'm going to try my hardest to avoid, maybe do some low rolling stuff elsewhere downtown Saturday evening so that I can put everything into, Golden Gate, Circa, and whatever on Sunday, Sunday evening and such. So I think I'll try and lean that way, but then again, who knows?
Okay. So on Monday, the first thing on the 360 Vegas agenda is at 12 p.m. at Banger Brewing. I'm a coin flip for this event. I'll be honest. I'm a coin flip for this because You, me, Chris Moore, and a handful of other fellas are gonna go golfing first thing in the morning on Monday. When Chris was like, "Hey, we're getting a group of people to go golfing," I was like, "I suck at golfing, but sure." And he's like, "Yeah, great. We have a 7:50 tee time," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I thought the same thing because me and him we've been talking about this for forever now. I mean, I think since the last time we went to Vegas vacation, we're like, we've got to golf next time because both of us were kind of trying to get back into the game the last year or two. And I'm still not very good. But that's one thing I've still yet to do in all my Vegas trips is I've never golfed out there. And so we planned this, but he was trying to figure out timing and stuff. And he suggested that. I was like, ooh, that's early. But then he's like, yeah, but you want to be out there, 1, 2 o'clock in that scorching heat with no break from it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'll try and get me, somewhere between 2 and 4 hours of sleep, and we'll just roll.
So the reason why I'm calling my night early on Sunday is one, because I am driving the next morning, and I should probably be both sober and just awake enough to drive around
to get directions when we get to the clubhouse. Hey, I've got these guys out here, but can you tell us where to go?
Two, it's the only night and morning that I can really control out of this. I know that Monday night and Tuesday morning, and probably Tuesday night and Wednesday morning are going to be a little more traditional Vegas, if you will. I'm looking forward to golfing. I part of the reason why I agreed even with the early tee time is I know that I would never, like you, golfing in Vegas, it sounds like something you should do in Vegas, and I know that I don't golf enough to bring myself out there on my own. So if someone else didn't like, hey, you should come with us, I don't know if I would ever go. So I agreed to this. I'm looking for. I'm actually kind of hoping that the rest of you are like either hungover or too tired to where like it's not as obvious how much I like. Damn it, I was like, I'm also hungover, fellas. I don't know, but I'm just gonna play like I'm hurting as bad as you are. But
yeah. I don't think you have too much to worry about. I just hope to break 100 out there. Every once in a while, I'll pull off a shot, but it's been so bad. I don't expect much out of myself. But yeah, I'm just excited to see. I've never played a course like that, like the desert courses out there where, you've just got, you've got the pristine fairway and even the rough, and then it just goes off into, mountains and desert and everything else. And so that's one thing I'm actually hoping to be able to do, in every future trip is be able to bring my clubs out there and play at least a round or two. So.
Bogan said the ball really flies in Vegas, hot dry air, and 3,500 feet of elevation. Well, good, because I needed as much help as I could get to the ball close to the hole.
I'm glad he told me that because that will be a small factor if I can even hit it straight. We'll see, but
if I can find my ball after I've hit it, success. I'm on the right. Like that is my bar of success. So I mean, I have shot a round of 9 with my cousin before, and it was sort of it was like a period of instruction, right? He was like giving me but we were going through really quickly. I don't even remember how long do we anticipate this taking? I don't know how long 18 holes of golf takes.
Yeah, so if I'm playing with just my buddies here with like a foursome, I would say 18 holes with a cart is typically like 4 hours, give or take a little bit. Like if it's your local course and it's just maybe 2 of you or everybody plays super fast, you might get done in like 3.5. And if it's a shorter course, but out there, I'm expecting it to be, and we've got, 2 different tee times with our group, but I'm expecting it to probably be 4.5 to 5 hours with us because we're going to be searching for some balls and we're not going to be the probably fastest group. We could try, but then again, we probably aren't going to be like, taking 30 minutes on each green either. I don't see any of us taking 5 minutes to line up a putt. I'm probably just going to go hit it because my odds are slim. I just hope to make the 3 and 4 footers. Everything else, I just 2 putt. So I'd say probably somewhere between 4 and 5 hours is pretty sure. But now I tell you one thing I didn't mention is this isn't certain yet, but I think since I've got some free time Saturday afternoon, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to watch golf or play golf. And so I think I'm going to try and go play this little par 3 course they've got out there. It's kind of close to downtown. I think it's called Angel Park, but I found a tee time online and it's only like $20 for it's like a 12-hole par 3 course. So I figured that'd be a nice little warm up, at least with some irons and stuff. If I feel like it, we'll see.
Okay. So people are saying you say 4 hours. Tim Kennedy says 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it sounds like if our tea times close to 8, that noon at the earliest kind of sounds like depending on
yeah, that would probably be extreme perfection. Or if we just all decide to give up by the 14th or 15th hole. I mean, it'd probably have to go extremely bad for that, but I'd probably, if it got bad enough, I'd just keep riding. I'd love to be a good caddy. I might need to work for tips if I lose too much money Sunday night. If I do a good enough job carrying those clubs around for you and you're making good suggestions.
Very good. Well, then, I think it's safe to say then that we will not be at Binger Brewing at 12 p.m. On Monday. And then the next event's at 4 p.m. 360 Vegas Cocktails. That's sold out. I did not have tickets to that particular event. So then the next thing on Monday is at 6. So the first thing that will be at then, I think, is 6 p.m. 360 Vegas family meet and greet at Central Bar at Luxor. Las Vegas Gal will be there, Vital Vegas, Tipping the Odds, the Guest List podcast, and then the Better Life is also on the family list. So I appreciate 360 for including me. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be the first time that I think we see a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be at the meet and greet the night before, but depending on when people get in and out, I imagine this will be like the first full crowd that we see at 360 Vegas Vacation. So I'm looking forward to. Bogan Painter is taking the over on 4.5. Very good. Okay.
I would lean towards that. Now, if you put enough money on the line, I would take the under, but I'd also be driving the cart too. So you just get left if you take too long.
Oh yeah, by the way, if anybody's watching, if you're going to be at Vegas Vacation, drop in the comments that you're going to be there and where you're staying, and if you're going to be at these events as well. So the meet and greets at 6 p.m. and group gaming at Luxor at 7 p.m. Looking forward to this because I've never really played at Luxor. I've walked through it. I think I have a chip because I randomly played blackjack real quick and then I bounced, but I've never really truly played at Luxor.
Yeah, I played in a poker tournament there, a couple poker tournaments the very first time I went to Vegas because my father-in-law was staying at Mandalay Bay, so we walked over. And then this past trip, I did a little video poker run and proceeded to click the max bet button and lost $20 in, I think, 2 spins, 2 tries. So that was an accident. But so I have gambled there a week ago. But not for long.
Very well. And then that's it. So so Monday is pretty chill. So here's when we get back, one of the things that I have to do, Mississippi Rob, is I don't know if you saw, but I won a felt from.
Oh yeah,
Plaza.
I saw. Some guys have all the luck. Not me, but I'm happy for you.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, I'll put my name in this, whatever. And then I got that email. I was like, seriously? And then I was the first one to respond, so I got my first preference, which was I got my 0 roulette. Felt.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And that's pretty unique because you're not gonna find too many of those, I wouldn't think.
I don't know how I'm gonna get it home. I don't know if I can check a rolled up felts, but I'll give it a shot.
That's a good question.
Yeah. But I'll find a way to get it home, I suppose. So I need to be at Plaza sometime or I need to be at Plaza around 2. So there's our cutoff time. We can't. I need to leave the golf course enough time to get to the Plaza by 2.
Yeah, we can handle that.
And then I think with that in mind, I think you and I are just going to hang out circa and watch some sports between getting back from golf and heading down to the Luxor. I think is probably the plan.
Yeah, that sounds perfect to me. Whether we're at the pool or at the sports book, don't really matter either way to me. But yeah, I think I've got a late checkout that day, so we can just kind of relax there and then ease our way over. Because I'm going over to Delano to stay that Monday night, so I may just hitch a ride with you to wherever and then catch an Uber. So
okay, very good. That's Monday. What happens between golf and the Luxor still kind of TBD, but I think the plan is for us to be at Circa. So if anybody's around, come hang out with us at Circa. We will be the crazy ones yelling at the soccer match that probably no one else is watching.
Yes,
actually, it's international tournament. There's going to be people watching.
I'm going to be really sad if there's not at least a few guys there. I tell you this. I told you we were messaging the other day, and I told you I just started watching your show, Ted Lasso. It's hilarious, and I was looking hard last night for I don't remember his name, but the Football is Life guy. I love that guy. I was looking for his jersey, like a T-shirt or jersey or something online, but I couldn't find one too quickly. I may have to still track one down because I love that show so far.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Season 2 coming at the end of July. Okay, Tuesday. I am looking. So at 8 a.m. there's a 360 exercise experience with Raising Vegas. I know that people enjoy these. After an early morning on Monday, I'm not doing another early morning on Tuesday. I am sleeping in. And then at 10 a.m. they have 360 Vegas Indulgence at Canyon Ranch Spa. I've considered this. I think I've only been to Vegas Vacation once, but the other time I also considered it. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm torn if I want to take advantage of this as an opportunity to get a spa experience, or if I'll take advantage of the fact that that's the only thing going on at the time, and then I'll just get a massage at Bellagio, right? Like I'll use that as an opportunity to get a spa experience at Bellagio where I'm staying for the. So I'm not sure there, but Tuesday morning is probably going to be a sleep in, as long as I can't. Who sleeps in Vegas? Truly, I wake up and I'm like, why? I wake up and I'm like, no, I want to sleep. My body's like, no, you're on East Coast time and this is Vegas. Get up and go do something. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I slept past. I might have slept till 7 o'clock one day, but there's a lot of days where I wake up at 6. With the time change, it's tough.
Yeah, Tim Kennedy sending the wife to the Indulgence. Look, like Rob and I said, like a nice little spa treatment. We like it. Yeah. What's that? Okay, 12 p.m. 360 Vegas cocktails. So they opened this up for a second round because for the demand. I actually got a ticket for it. You're leaving on Tuesday, right?
I'm leaving very early Tuesday morning. So I can only stay away from the kids and work for so long. So I'm headed back out Tuesday morning early. So
early.
Yeah, like freaking, I don't know, 6 o'clock. I'm trying to get back in time to be able to see my kids that evening and stuff. So I got a direct flight back to Atlanta, which is good, but it's still, the time change, you lose freaking 3 hours. So it's going to be, I think I leave at 6 and get back here at like 1 or 2, something like that. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I promise to not feed you too many walk me downs on Monday night, but no promises.
Well, I'm about to say that's not a good promise. We're going to roll. I'm just going to sleep it off the next morning.
Word. So I will be at I don't know if anybody else in the chat's going to be at the 360 Vegas cocktail event on Tuesday, the 12 p.m. event. I will be at that one. 2 p.m. Broadway Burger at New York. I'm looking forward to that. Always looking forward to nice burger. And then 4 p.m., probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most as when it comes to the 360 Vegas vacation agenda. At 4 p.m., cigars at Whiskey Down at MGM Grand. I am really looking forward to this. Probably one of my favorite experiences that I've ever had in Las Vegas was at Vegas Vacation 8, was it, or 7, whichever one I was at. I went to the whiskey tasting, and then after the whiskey tasting, and it was in a Cosmos suite, and then after we did the tasting, we went on the balcony and had cigars. Probably one of my favorite, one of the coolest things I've ever done in Las Vegas. I don't smoke cigars often, maybe a couple a year. I haven't had one in a very long time, and I'm looking forward to having one in Vegas. Now, I'm a little this may not happen because of the heat, but since we'll be inside and air conditioning, maybe I'll do this. But a family member who recently was in Afghanistan got me a smoking jacket made in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So I have a cool looking smoking jacket, and I've been looking forward to wearing it for the first time at this event. I'll probably will just because I have to show them like, look,
Yeah.
I had a proper cigar in Vegas with the smoking jacket on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you pretty much got to do that. When you got it, you got to bring it with you.
Yeah. And then 6 p.m. group gaming at Park MGM, New York, Excalibur. I don't know which one of those casinos I prefer out of those three. I don't know if I've played at all at Park MGM since it's been Park MGM. I don't know if I've cared enough for New York to say that that's where I'll be. And I don't think I've gambled at all in Excalibur, except for maybe like the one bubble craps I did just to say that I gambled there so I could get my chip and leave. So I'll be around for group gaming for sure. But I don't. I'll tweet out which casino I'm at because I can't. There's no way to tell where I think I'm going to be at. And I am. If anybody's ever gambled with me at one of these one of these group gatherings, I am definitely like once I find my spot, that's usually where I stay, kind of regardless of where the group goes, right? So
yeah, once you get going,
yeah. So like Vegas Vacation, the Summit, Gamblepalooza, like. Once group gaming kind of begins, once I find my spot, that's just where I am. And I'll catch up with the group later if they end up leaving. But yeah. Okay. Bogan Painter saying Park MGM, no question. Good. Well, then I will initially plan on being a Park MGM. I remember, of course we all remember Monte Carlo, but like I had a special place in my heart for Monte Carlo because I stayed there a handful of times when I was younger. It would be I didn't know how to like hustle for comp rooms or anything like that. Then I was going on Expedia and finding like the cheapest room I could.
Yeah.
And oftentimes Monte Carlo was one of the cheaper spots to stay on the strip. So it's weird to be in there. So New York, too crowded. I agree. That's one of the reasons why I've never really gambled there. Like I'm never comfortable. And
when I was walking down the strip last week, that's exactly what it felt like there Excalibur is what it is. New York felt a little more crowded, more folks around. And then when I got to Park MGM, we walked in through that Italy area and walked in. It was like, it's like a ghost town.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Again, everybody's kind of got, some folks have criticisms of it or whatever, but it's a nice place, just nothing real special about it, but it gets the job done.
So a recap on the Vegas Vacation events that I will be at for anybody who is looking forward to bumping fish, shaking hands. I'm a hugger too. You want to come in for a hug? You just let me know. We'll do that. I will be at the 6 p.m. meet and greet on Sunday at Vegas Vicky at Circa. I will participate in group gaming at Circa and Golden Gate, and I will hang around until I've exhausted my fun, exhausted my budget, or until it feels like more people are at karaoke than group gaming. I will call it an early-ish night. I say early, like I'm not. Look, trust me, it's still Vegas. I will be out probably later than I want to be, but I'm hoping to get 5 or 6 hours of sleep versus the 2 to 4 that I think a lot of you are going to get that night.
Yeah.
On Monday, I will be at the family meet and greet at Centra Bar at the Luxor, and then group gaming at Luxor afterwards. That's kind of it. Golfing in the morning, hanging out at Circa for probably Circa with you for watching sports. That's it. For the events, I'll be at the meet and greet and the group gaming, and then on Tuesday, I will be at the 360 Vegas Cocktails event at 12 p.m. I will be at Broadway Burger for lunch at 2. Whiskey Down at 4, and then group gaming from 6 beyond. And that will probably also be a night where, to be honest, I can see myself on Tuesday deciding to go back to Bellagio and start to play there on Tuesday night. What time that happens, I don't know. It'll really depend on where everybody is, where the group is, what's happening. But I do want to. What's really nice about this, Rob, that I'm looking forward to. I'm really trying to focus and play MGM properties, and we're doing a lot of stuff at MGM properties.
Yeah. That kind of worked out good for me too, just with my hotel stays, because I got the one night on the tail end just to be kind of close to the hangout there at Luxor. And so, but yeah, that'll be my one play day there. So, and I've got a little free play to swing around too. So that'll be work out pretty good.
Cool.
And I tell you what, that's one thing I've come around on in the last couple of trips I've been out there. Like the Caesars properties, they definitely get the job done, and I have no issues with them. But man, a few of those MGM properties are just so nice. I mean, just so nice, and to pay a little bit more or whatever else you got to do, it's worth it sometimes.
And then if correct me if I'm wrong, but if anybody's looking forward to meeting the legend Mississippi Rob, he will also be at the meet and greets and group gaming on Sunday night. The family meet and greet and group gaming on Monday night, but then he takes off early Tuesday. So Sunday night and Monday night are your opportunities to hang out with Mississippi Rob and hear that accent in person.
I talk really slow. But yeah, and I'll be downtown starting on Saturday night, and actually I think I may be going downtown. I may be going downtown Friday night too to meet Chris for dinner. I think so. We'll see how that works out. So, but yeah, I'll be around if anybody catches me. I'm sure I'll have Twitter pulled up. So,
so I have So my hope, my intention is to show up with a cash budget and just let that be my gambling budget. Since this is very much a social event, and one that I won't have a whole lot of time to myself to play, I probably won't have any real opportunity to like put in like real focused play on my own, right? At like a higher limit than maybe other people want to play at and stuff like that, you know. So I'll probably have a modest budget. I sent you a couple questions. Every Vegas trip, right? You think about doing the stuff, like there's always the new things you want to try, and there's always the things that you always want to make sure you get an opportunity to do. So out of everything you have planned, maybe you have some things on your spreadsheet there that we haven't touched on. But like, what's something you plan on doing that you've never done in Vegas yet?
The golf is the first thing. I've been planning on that for a while now, and this is the first opportunity to get to bring my clubs out there and do that. So I mean, that's number one for me. And the other thing, which aggravating my wife, anybody who wants to talk about Vegas about for 3 years now, is just Circa. Just getting to stay there. I know I got to go visit it the other day, but I want to be able to go there, stay up as late as I want, take a 5-minute walk back to the room, wake up the next morning, do it all freaking over again. So that's the two biggest things on my list. You know, is the new experiences, getting to enjoy every stitch of Circa that I can, and get out there and, you know, get a little outdoors action too on the golf course.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to golf. I'm looking forward to Circa. Excuse me. I'm looking forward to Whiskey Down. I've never been. I've spent a little bit of time in MGM, like in some of my earlier Vegas trips, but otherwise have never really been back. I think I walked through there once with the wife when we were there one time, but didn't really like MGM. Just really, I don't know. It doesn't really. There's nothing about it that like brings me there. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to handle Whiskey Down for with a cigar. I haven't done that yet. What about the routine things? What's something that you do that you try to get done every Vegas trip that you got on the agenda this time around?
The one that is a repeat every single time is the pool for me. And it's nice getting to check out a different one kind of each time and kind of compare the different ones. I've stayed at least in the last few years, I've gotten to see Mirage, the Link, Caesars Palace now, Mandalay Bay, Circa, and just kind of seeing what each one has to offer and the different vibe at each one, whether you want to, you know, relax, you know, kind of party, drink up a little bit more, watch sports, whatever you want to do. And so that one way or the other, I'm going out to the pool and, you know, at least spending half a day there. And so I'm excited for that. And this time, you know, being able to bet sports while I'm doing it, it just doesn't get better. It can't. Well, I mean, I guess if I miraculously won, and so that's why I'm going to try very, very, very hard to just bet what you bet. I'll let you bet it first, then I'll just follow you up. I don't want to make any decisions on that because I'll just lose.
Tim Kennedy says he's never been to the Mom Museum. You got to go. It's a great experience. It's really cool especially if you're going to hang out downtown. It's especially if you're going to hang out downtown. It's a cool thing to do, especially to like fill time, especially for someone who doesn't gamble. It's a really cool thing to see. By the way, my buddy coming through with a nice "I love you" here. When I was asking people to subscribe to my channel so I could get the numbers up, some non-gambling friends came through, and I like that one of them is now watching. That's cute.
The first time that we that you asked me to come on with you, I think was at the NFL draft last year, right after the pandemic started. Everything else,
right.
We're all just freaking bored out of our minds, and you were streaming it on like Instagram. Like I barely even have an Instagram. I don't know what to do on there. Like my wife has one, so I got one, but I don't do anything on it. And so some random so I don't even know who all my friends or whatever you call them on Instagram are, followers. My old youth minister at church, his wife just like pops in the stream and starts like asking questions. She's like, "What is this?" And I was like, I'm just kind of
right.
It's like, we're just talking about gambling. What your husband taught me about at church all the time. All those years ago.
Right. One thing that I forgot to mention this in the things that I'm looking forward to that I haven't done yet. A few years ago, I was able to get a National Women's Soccer League bet down at South Point. Chris Andrews came through and made that happen for me. This year, I'm hoping to get a USL bet down, and since it's readily available on just about every operator I see, DraftKings often has the line and stuff like that. I'm confident at the very least I can get Circa to get a line for me so I can make a USL bet.
Yeah, I've forgotten that you said that. So yeah, that would be neat. I'm sure they'll do it. That reminds me though of a couple things. One is that, not to jinx it, but Mississippi State's playing a super regional this weekend. So if we win 2 out of those 3 games, the World Series, I think, starts that Saturday. So it would be pretty neat if I could at least watch one game of Mississippi State play out there, because like the schedule gets real funny with the World Series and stuff, like depending on winner's bracket, loser's bracket. But if they make that, that'll be fun, and hopefully I'll get a chance. Because when I was out there before, I didn't get to bet it, but they Circa put up some odds for the World Series on that. So hopefully I'll get to go out there. And then the other thing I thought about is I didn't get a chance to track him down. I got to meet Mike Palm while I was out there from VSiN and Circa and everything. And a super nice, polite, just as nice as could be, after listening to him so much. But somebody who I've, interacted with on Twitter a little bit is Jeffrey Benson. Sure. He's with the sports book at Circa. I've got to figure out a way, especially since I'm going to be staying there for a couple nights. Hopefully he'll be around, and I'll have to, at least shake his hand and tell him I appreciate everything he does.
Yeah. Bogan knows his local USL club, Charleston Battery. Damn right. I think Charleston is still undervalued in the market. So got plenty of bets to be making them still. I'm looking for the one thing that I try to do every Vegas trip, ever since I was introduced to it. I try to make sure it always happens, and that's craps at Golden Gate. Yeah, that's the one thing that whether or not I can make it to the pool, whether or not I can make it to the spa, whether or not I can make it to some of my favorite things, and not to sound too cheesy, but I love it. I can't wait to see the fountains again, especially after 18 months of not being in Vegas. I cannot wait to watch the fountains.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, there's just a few of those views that, it's nice whenever the first chance you get to see them, whether it's on the plane, walking down the strip, whatever that first chance is. It's like that first getting in the cab or the Uber off the airplane. I'm like a freaking kid in a candy store every time, just trying to look out and get the views and everything else.
Mark Duvall and I we discussed Vegas Vacation this week. That episode just got put in the feed, and in the beginning of Vegas Vacation, when Chevy Chase is like looking out the window with just his mouth agape, just looking I was like, that is me every Vegas trip. I'm just like, I cannot get enough of the strip when
I watched that movie for the first time like a week ago. I said something about it on Twitter, and a few people were pretty stunned. I never got around to watch it. Didn't have anybody to watch it with, but now at least I have a few references now. But yeah.
Now, this is something I'm looking forward to. I'm not trying to get my hopes up because I know how rooms in casino hotels can work sometimes. But I technically have a fountain view room at Bellagio. Now, I don't know if that means I can clearly see the fountains or if I'm lucky to see some mist fly by my window.
Yeah.
But I am very much looking forward to enjoy my room at Bellagio. There is one more. Well, there's another talking point I wanted to talk. Just what are you looking forward to the most? We've created this entire agenda. We've talked about new things, routine things, but like, what's the thing that like you have a highlighted? Maybe it's a different color on your spreadsheet. Where you're like, I cannot wait for that.
So this is part for this trip specifically. This is the reason I do so much planning, and so that I've got a few staples that I've got to get done, or that I wouldn't waste a trip to Vegas and not do those things. But the thing I'm most excited for is just seeing all of our friends, that I haven't seen in so long, or meeting some new folks. And so that's why I was trying to organize things, and that's why I'm kind of going a little bit ahead of time to knock out a few other things to make sure I clear up my schedule to where I can just hang out with folks and whatever gambling, whatever we get to do during that time is great. But just being able to clear out my schedule to where we can hang out and see folks we hadn't seen in way too freaking long,
By the way, the gentleman who dropped the "I love you" earlier, I just saw that he shared the link to this with my D&D group. So my D&D group is watching our screen here. So shout out to the adventure crew. I'm looking forward to like everything involving Circa. I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Just because of the anticipation, and then the cigar at especially because that cigar is going to come probably at what's going to end up being a long week, and so like a few days of like Vegas is like I'm going to be exhausted. I'm probably going to be drunk again at that point, right? Like day 3 of being Vegas intoxicated. Wearing my cool new smoking jacket, enjoying a cigar. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I guess my other question, I think we can all sort of read between the lines and get the answer to this, but is there a property that you're hoping to either establish or grow a relationship with through your play?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for me, it's Circa. I've always just done low limits with them. Everything else, and I've planned it and managed it enough to where I'm going to try and go a little bigger than I normally do, and just see. Now, I don't have a lot of expectations because I know that's a higher end resort and everything, and so I'll just be interested if I could throw on my play one day and see if I can get a discounted offer or something like that to come back, and then I'll still have my staple as it's been for probably the last year or so of like the M Life properties, and I won't be messing that up or anything. But Circa's the main one I'm focused on there.
Yeah, same. I don't have a relationship downtown. I've only been down there a couple times and I've kind of spread my play around. I did that 1 week at Plaza, and it just didn't really quite work out because I was busy with G2E and stuff, so I didn't really get to like really build that relationship. So I'd like to get more into the Stevens properties. Group gaming that one night will help. Us hanging out there on Monday hopefully will help. Even if it's not like huge, I'm okay with those plays not being too focused. Even if it just sort of establishes me as a player there, and then just getting as much play into the MGM ecosystem as I can, because I'm now Biloxi. I prefer to go to Beau Rivage. MGM National Harbor is just down the road. I'm hoping for a reason to go to MGM Springfield, there's a lot of reasons why I want to. A lot of reasons for MGM play. Tim Kennedy wants to get a royal on video poker this trip. You and me both, man.
We may just all. I mean, we're definitely going to throw some dice together. There's no doubt about that. But we may just have to fill up that whole freaking mega bar. That's what we might have to try and do at some point there Sunday night or whatever else, and just load everybody down and fill it up until somebody hits a freaking royal flush. You just gotta keep throwing money in it and over and over again until somebody hits.
Because
I don't know how else to do it. I've tried rubbing it. I've tried talking to it. I've tried a lot of different things. None of it works.
I have done some things in my life, Rob. I have seen a lot of countries. I've won an Emmy. I've defeated cancer. I have never once gotten a royal flush in video poker. It just drives me nuts.
Well, I am glad to say I can't have any worse luck than I had when I went a week ago. I didn't play a whole lot, but I mean, I probably got 4 or 5 hours of video poker in, and I hit 1 4 of a kind. One. So the bad luck has to be worn out by this point. So hopefully there's only good left for me.
So here's where my dilemma comes in. I don't have the budget for video poker because I often play $1 jacks or better.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And now that I've played, because MGM National Harbor, that's the best game there, and so that's what I play. So I'm now scared. Like I can't bring myself to playing 25 cents.
Yeah.
Because if I get the Royal, I'm gonna be like, I got it on the quarter game, and so like I can.
Now
you're
you're trapped. I feel you because I think it was about a year ago that I hit like a couple 4 of a kind, some bigger hands on playing. Just got lucky going up to dollars. Usually I play quarters and sometimes 50 cents, but $1 is pushing it for me. And I hit something big there. Well, then I was hard forcing myself back down to it. So yeah, I understand that. Now I will say they had some decent pay tables at Circa, the one overlooking the sports book and at the Mega Bar there. So much better than I expected, at least. So they have some decent options there between quarters and 50 cents, I think. But we'll see.
All right. Is there anything on your spreadsheet that didn't get mentioned? I know you have okay, good.
Not that I could think of. I think that's pretty much my whole itinerary. I'm not real hard on any like restaurants or anything like that. And also, this is like one of the first. This is the first time I've ever gone to Vegas like by myself, like without my wife or without my buddies, for a bachelor party or whatever else. I've never gone like by myself flying out there. So it's kind of weird being able to just plan a trip and I don't have to tell anybody else or do whatever. I just mix and match with wherever I feel like going. So but no, I think that's everything. I'm gonna try and be as flexible as I can be, just depending on what everybody else, is doing and what kind of chances we get to gamble,
Yes, well, whether it's a Royal Poker, or whether it's a Royal Flush in the video poker machine, or a heater at the craps table, or a big win in our sports bets, I hope something comes to fruition and we can leave with more money than we came with.
Yeah, I'll take a few hard 8s if you got those in your system.
I don't know if I have some. I definitely have the routine from hard 8. I can bring that out.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So I have a the part of that crap scene when he holds up the 44 and he leans over. He's like 44. I want to get that silhouette on a T-shirt, like just a silhouette of like Philip Seymour Hoffman with that crazy hair, him holding up the dice with the 44. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I'm already disappointed because I can tell you got a haircut since Biloxi, so that it's already out that you're going to bleach your hair blonde and go long. Get ready for that night. But
that's true.
That's okay. If you give me a little hard 8 impersonation there, that'll get the job done, I guess.
Good. Well, Rob, I am 10 days until Vegas. You are 8 days until
8
Vegas.
days.
So we are both very close to saying next week we will be there. Good luck with. I don't know if you get any Euro action in before then. I obviously will.
Oh yeah, I'll probably be following yours until I get there, and then I'm gonna hit it pretty hard after that.
Yeah. If anybody wants a fun bet to sweat, you can get Turkey at 7-1 to upset Italy tomorrow, and I think Burke Yilmaz is in good enough form to possibly make that happen. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. Don't, it's not a lock. I'm just saying 7-1 is a really good price on what I think a Turkey team that I think is going to be competitive in their first match. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. Rob, thank you so much for your time, man. Can't wait to see you in Vegas.
Yep, can't wait. See you then.